Hello learners, welcome to Education Online Program. I'm teacher Regina Massimo, teaching you biology for Senior 3 and Senior 4. Our topic is Avian Digestive System. Avian Digestive System, because the first day when we start teaching digestive system in animal, we came to learn that there are 4 types of digestive system based on the type of diet the animal eats. So the first was monogastric digestive system. That type of digestive system found in cat, dog, and human being. Then we talk about the digestive system or the structures of the digestive system in human, and we look at how food is processed in the body of human being. That was monogastric digestive system. Today, this is the second type of digestive system in animal, avian digestive system, and this is the digestive system in birds or digestive system of birds. When we look at the birds, the digestion takes place rapidly in the birds, and we know very well birds don't have teeth, they have beaks. So sometimes you can wonder, since birds they don't have teeth, how do they grind their food, or how do they crush their food? So today we shall learn about the digestive system in birds. Then we see the structures and the function of each structures. Let us pay attention, dear learners, to learn the digestive system in the birds. The digestive system or the digestive tract in birds starts from mouth and ends are cloacas. Digestive tract begins at the mouth and end at the cloaca. So these are just a sketch of the digestive system in birds. So this is the head of the bird. We have just drawn the digestive system. We didn't draw the bird as whole. So the digestive tract of the bird starts from the mouth, which is here, beak, and ends at the cloaca here. So that means these are all the structures that make up the digestive system in aves. So let us start with beak or mouth. The structures. Let us look at the structures of digestive system in ave. Ave means this is a class of birds. The class of birds in the classification, the class where birds are grouped is called ave. That means in classification it is under kingdom Animalia. Then the phylum followed by class. The class is ave. When we take the beak or the mouth, Number 1, beak, stroke mouth. This is the entry point of food. It is entry point of food. This is where the food enter into the body. That's why known as entry point of food. Okay, when food enters into the mouth here, we know very well that birds, they don't have what? They don't have teeth, but they have saliva. So what happens there? They just wet. They don't have teeth to grind the food or to crush the food, but they have saliva. So what happens is just to wet the food to facilitate the swallowing process, or to make it easy to swallow, because the saliva contains some enzymes. The saliva contains some enzyme, and it has tongue. That tongue helps to push the food into the esophagus or back to the mouth to come to esophagus here. It is a mouth. Mouth is entry point of food. Birds, they don't have teeth to grind this food, but they have saliva to wet the food, to make it easy, to ease the swallowing. So when it is wet, then the tongue will pushes the food at the back of the mouth. The back of the mouth, so that the food to be swallowed. So the food, after reaching the back of the mouth here, it enters into esophagus. This is the structure number 2, esophagus. And this one, it is tube-like structure. It connects the mouth with the remaining part of digestive tract. Esophagus. It connects. It is tube-like organ. It connects the mouth with the rest of digestive tract. Then from esophagus here, the food reaches where? Here in the crops. And this crop, it is outside there. It is located at the region of the neck and outside of the body cavity. Crop is an out pocketing of the esophagus and is located outside the body cavity in the neck region. Here, the crop. Number 3 is a crop. It is an out pocketing. It is an out pocketing of the esophagus. And it's located outside. It's located outside the neck region. It's outside the body cavity outside the body cavity in the neck region. In the neck region. So what is the function of this crop? It serves as a store for storage of the food. It stores food and water. If it is empty or nearly empty, it sends a sign of hunger or hunger signal to the brain so that the birds will eat more. This place where the food and the water are stored. If it is empty or nearly empty, it sends a signal or a sign showing that there is hunger. The signal is sent to the brain of the birds to stimulate the birds and start what? Eating more. And it is where little digestion takes place in the crop. So in the crop here, the digestion will not take much time. It just a little digestion will take place in the crop. Then from the crop, the food will be sent to the proventriculus, this region here, before reaching the gizzard, this region here. So this one is served as a stomach of the birds. This is the real stomach. If we say this is the stomach, means this is where the hydrochloric acid and some of the enzymes are released or excreted. From the crop, then the food comes to proventriculus. Proventriculus. This is the real stomach. This is the stomach of bird. And this is where hydrochloric acid and the other enzymes are produced. The other enzyme, digestive enzymes, can be produced. As we have said that we have nutrients in our food. What are these nutrients? Protein, carbohydrates, lipids. These are the nutrients we found them in our food. And this nutrient cannot be accessed by our cells immediately like that unless it undergoes certain processes. These are the processes divided into two: physical one and chemical one. Physical one is the grinding and crushing using the teeth, but in the birds there's no teeth. That means up to now crushing or grinding has not yet taken place. But some of the food can be digested by the enzymatic action, because reaching here, this is the stomach. Since the stomach is there are enzymes. There are enzymes and hydrochloric acid. The function of hydrochloric acid is to protect the body from getting the microbes, because sometimes we take food which is contaminated, or may some of the pathogens in that food. Then before it reaches our body, here in the stomach where the hydrochloric acid is produced, need to be cleared out. If the hydrochloric acid is produced at this region here, that means here also we have what? Mucus. We know mucus also protect the wall of the stomach from the effect of hydrochloric acid, because this acid can damage the tissue. That's why this part is covered with mucus to prevent the damage of the tissue that can be caused by the hydrochloric acid. So some of digestive system here, or no, some of the digestive enzymes like pepsin. Pepsin can be excreted in this part. Proventriculus, this is the stomach. We find this because this one is to break what? Protein. That means this is the place where the digestive has started taking place chemically. Then from this part, from the stomach, the food is moved to the gizzard. This is where now the food will be crushed, because this gizzard, it is a muscular organ, contains stones. Gizzard is a very muscular organ that contains gizzard a very muscular organ containing stones that serve as teeth. This where digestion takes place, or where crushing takes place to grind the food, the food. In this part of the digestive tract of the birds, which is called gizzard, it is a muscular organ. It contains stones, and these stones here serve as the teeth. That means this is where now this food going to be crushed properly using that stone before reaching the small intestine. Because we have said that birds have no teeth to grind there or to chew the food. Then the food moves to the small intestine. It moves from here to the small intestine. That means here, what happens here? Here the mixing of the food takes place. The food is mixed properly so that can be sent to the, here mixing of food takes place. Mixing of food takes place in the gizzard. Then sent to the intestine. So, is there any enzyme in this place? This is a question. No. But the food is mixed here with an enzyme. The enzyme rich is here. These are the enzymes from proventriculus and from the saliva. Because we said in saliva there are some enzymes like amylase to digest the starch, and lipase to digest the lipid. That means saliva contains some mucus and some enzymes. Even this part, which is the stomach of the birds, proventriculus, also have some enzymes like this pepsin. So this enzyme from the saliva, this enzyme from this region, they pass into the gizzard so that they can mix with the food, and the food will be crushed properly. After that, will be sent to the small intestine for the absorption of the nutrient. Because we know very well the small intestine is normally the site where the absorption of materials take place. Then from gizzard, then the food reaches what? Small intestine. And the small intestine is also divided into three. duodenum, then the jejunum and ileum. The small intestine divided into duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So here in duodenum, this is the first part of the upper part of the small intestine is here, duodenum. Then jejunum in the middle, the lower part of the small intestine is ileum. So these are all the small intestine. These are all small intestine. The large intestine is here. It's very short. So duodenum receive enzyme and bicarbonate from pancreas and bile from the liver. Pancreas is here and liver is here. The liver produces what? Bile. Produces bile, then is stored in the gallbladder. To be released in the duodenum. Even pancreas, it releases what? Enzyme from pancreas. Okay. So we know very well that the bile is normally the bile breaking down what? Lipids to fatty acid. Because small intestine is the last part of digestive tract where the digestive get completed. That's why you'll find the bile that was released from the gallbladder or produced by liver but released by gallbladder is breaking down the lipids into fatty acid. Then pepsin to break down the protein into amino acid. So amino acid is the building block of the protein. So if they are this nutrient, if they are in this form, that means this the smallest particle of the nutrient can be absorbed by the cell, can be accessed by our cell. So now these nutrients can be absorbed by the small intestine. Now they are ready for absorption by the cells of the small intestine. The digestion takes place in duodenum while the absorption of the nutrient takes place in the lower small intestine, which is made up of jejunum and ileum. The digestion takes place in the upper part of the small intestine. The lower part is where the absorption takes place. Then coming to ceca. This cecum. This the singular form is cecum. And cecum is a part of the large intestine. But in the bird we find them too. That's why I call what? Ceca. That's a plural of cecum. So this is located where small and large intestine join. What happens here in this part, these two parts, absorption of water from undigested food take place here. And number two, the fermentation also takes place in the ceca. This is the large intestine. Part of it is called ceca. where the reabsorption of water take place from the undigested material. Also fermentation take place here. Fermentation take place in this part. Then coming to the large intestine, this is known as colon, because the large intestine is divided into ceca, colon, then the cloaca, ends by cloaca. So the large intestine here, known as colon, another name for it is colon. So this is where the last of the water absorption take place. From large intestine here, after the water is absorbed from the undigested food, then the undigested food or indigestible food are sent into the cloaca to be sent out of the body. So the last part is the cloaca. This is where undigested food and indigestible food are sent. Cloaca. You'll find undigested food or indigestible food are there. Even the urine of the birds are found in uric acid, in form of uric acid. So all these are mixed in there, or they are kept in cloaca as a waste material waiting to be sent out of the body. That's we said here, this is where the digestive waste mixed with the waste from urinary system, which is uric acid, because birds send out urine in form of uric acid. So the materials then pass out of the body through the vein. After being kept here, then will be sent out. So all these materials are sent out of the body through vent, through the vein, through the vent. So up to here, dear learners, we are done with our lesson. We call it a day. Thanks for watching.